Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a card reading for you today, and this is actually about May energy. And it is very important to understand what's going on now because there is so much illusion out there and so much game that it's very good if you can see through them. And so I will share the screen now and I will show you the cards that I have for today from my Dakini Oracle. So the first card is a warrior card, taking up arms. So we can see that, we can really say that it's in a worldwide war out there, but it's not just about arms that are physical, but the war is even actually more on a psychological level. And it is very important that we protect ourselves, which the turtle represents with the shell also, the protection that we have to kind of, we called it grow an elephant skin, so that stuff cannot touch us that much anymore. And it is very important in the moment to see that we are at the situation where illusions, and this is, the art of war is actually creating illusions so that to confuse the enemy, that you can win the war. And this is exactly what is happening. And there are all kind of plans I hear from many different sides, what they want to do, including like fake alien invasion, stuff like that, to keep us um, in the energy of fear. Because you might remember that many of us talk about that the fear energy, anxiety, fear is their food. When we have those from the dark side, you have to see that they cannot create. They need us, the beings of light. All the light they have is just the spark of life that is still remaining, otherwise they couldn't be here. But that spark of light does not give them the consciousness of light and the consciousness of creation. They have completely forgotten who they are, and they are depending on us to feed them. And that is also what you can see with the whole rituals and everything, what is going on about the blood of life that is connected with that, because this has a lot of energy. And the more fear energy is in the blood, the better is the food for their negative frequency. So this is the war that is still going on, and it is mainly a war also to destroy the feminine energy. The feminine nurturing energy is one of the important energies that we have now that needs to be balanced. We look back into the time of the last few centuries, even you can go back much further, millennia, that you can see that the female energy has been suppressed. And why? Again, because the female energy is the creative energy. Because remember, the female is the receiving. So the female is also easier and closer to the inspiration, to the intuition, and again, I'm not talking about man and woman. I'm talking about female and male energy. And the more a man, a physical man, and I have the courage to say that the man has developed his female attributes too and comes to a balance, but not on the physical level, but on the spiritual level of his spiritual being, his soul being comes closer and closer to balance. He becomes more and more intuitive and inspirative. And that's why we find it more or less with artists. Artists are those who are the ones to bring in the inspiration. And this is part of that female energy that has to come out and be balanced again so we can see through the illusion. Now, here we have the card of illusion. And that is what is happening now, If we believe and give our energy and our focus to the illusion that they create, And the illusion that they create is a fear creation, and to make us vulnerable, to keep us down in a negative energy. That is the energy that they need to feed them. So the more we give into it, the more food they have. Now, the moment you start to understand that you are the creator, that you are a part of the what you might call God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, you are part of life. And the easiest way again to understand it is maybe imagine the sun. The sun is the divine, is divine life. And each of us is like the end of the ray of a sun ray. And this is the life that is like you can imagine in our heart, the little sun, and the big sun is over there, and we are connected. And again, here, remember that we don't need to open up and close anything. So, in my opinion and experience, the whole chakra system, how the whole new age actually is hijacked, is not necessary. We have our innate connection to the divine, which is in a way a system similar like the chakras, but that's what the Kabbalah is doing. They always put similar stuff in front of the real thing, so we cannot see the difference. So once you have connected with your true, and I call it soul star, so that I need to make a difference in words, then you have access to your personal creativity. And with this energy, you can also start to make your bubble of protection that cannot be penetrated by negative forces. You keep your energy within yourself, with your energy field, and then you become powerful. But again, a lot of people are afraid of power. And that's also a program, a brainwash program. And that's the same like the immune system, and nature and everything, what's going on. We all have an innate immune system, a system that is self-healing. And first they have to destroy this system to make us sick, so we become dependent on the medicine that they offer us. I try very to be careful. That's why I hesitate sometimes not to say the wrong words. But again, I had some videos deleted already, so let's see how it goes. So when we see through that illusion, we understand now here we have in a way the centering between the two is the female energy, is the energy we can see as the crescent of the moon. And it doesn't matter if the moon out there is real or not. It's an energy quality, okay? So when we have here the fight, when we center within ourselves and see through the illusion, that's where we come to the centering of the present, of the time. And you might have heard already that the negative timeline have already collapsed. So we can imagine that many, many different timelines, they all have collapsed bang into one. And we are all on the same timeline in the moment, and that timeline is splitting again. And there is some people, they are ascending, and some people, they are just moving forward on a 4D real timeline. This is not going to be a fake matrix put in front of the real one. So all those even relatively negative beings, they will go on with their lives in the fourth dimension where they have a chance to wake up. Those who are awake, those who are actually, in a way, we can say all already ascended masters on one level, and they have probably gone through similar experience like that before. And now we come again to that center of the presence. And those who are moving forward in the fourth dimension, this is not bad. And in that way, we can say they are not lost. It just needs more time. It is just simple, like when you go to school and you are maybe in fourth grade and you have an older brother or whatever who is already at university, it's not the same story. When you are in fourth grade, you still need to go through fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever, to get there where your older sister or brother is. And that's exactly the same what is happening here. Those who are completely out of the light, that are just left with that little bit spark that keeps their life, they will kind of being pulled into the energy source of all that is. Their personality will be deleted. I don't know what to say otherwise. Well, the consciousness will be gone and they just go back into the mass of energy. That's how I understand it, okay? So make up your own mind about that. So what is really important to summarize this here again, be aware that there is a fight out there, that you don't have to participate. You can focus on your own creativity, on your own divine part within. That's what I say, like in the morning, you're my affirmation or whatever you want to call it, when I go and walk. I go and walk with my dogs. I take off my shoes and walk barefoot. I greet the earth. I greet the sky, the sun. I ask spirit to be with me, to guide me, to protect me, and to tell me what I need to know. And I ask the nature spirits, for example, in the moment for rain. It's still very dry. We had just 3 days and we have every day like close to 40 degrees in the moment, which is Fahrenheit is about 104 degrees every day. It's kind of really the afternoons like you're having fever. And everybody around is coughing, and I don't get, but that's probably from the injections. So what is happening here, once we balance ourselves and listen to the inner voice, the creative voice within, and are aware that we are part of the creation itself, of the creator itself, as co-creators, create our own life and take responsibility what is happening in our life. Nobody else is doing anything to us or bad, whatever. It is our responsibility. We are playing with that game in the moment. And in that way, there is part of us or part of our life that is connected with the bigger outside, and we are part, but we have chosen to be there. So even if negative things happen, just distance yourself and let it be. Turn your focus somewhere else. Turn your focus to something nice, to something creative, and work through that illusion that you can receive in the now. Once you're in the now, you will be in the situation where you can make the decision where you want to go. And again, it's neither good nor bad nor whatever. If you want to go on the 4D, moving forward into the natural matrix again, in connected with the 3D body, but with the 4D consciousness. And some others, they will say, no, I want to move forward. I had enough of these games, and they move forward. Again, just remember the sample of the school. It's the easiest to how to imagine that. So when we think again that the timeline now has collapsed, there are not many timelines anymore. And this is why the cabal is so frenzied, because they know that, and they still have a hope that in this 4D that a lot of people will move on. They can put again a false matrix in front of it. But this is not going to happen, because people are waking up and people can see the truth, what is. So the more you are centered within yourself, in your presence, where are you? How do I like my life? What do I create? Am I still always involved in dramas? Or are the dramas slowly resolved? And if you are still all in these dramas and running around and whatever, you're still in the taking up arms, fighting energy, we can say. Once you move into the center of your creativity, life becomes more simple, life becomes more creative, and you will also attract at the same time more positive things. And that reminds me of something that Carrie Kay said sometime. You know, most people, I didn't know that because I'm not native English speaking, right? They say, oh God, how bad can it get? How bad can it get? But why don't you say and actually ask the upstairs team, show me how good it can get. And if you make this to a mantra instead of, oh, how bad can it get? So show me how good can it get. And this is also an energy that you start to attract good things into your life. Okay, I will put it in my blog, the pictures, so that you can have them or you can see them. And I hope that helps you a little bit, especially for this May energy. And in a couple of days, I'm going to make the moon reading. And there you can see that expanding energy, materializing energy that is coming up for this month. So be ready. How good can it get? Okay, my dear, that's it for now. Please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to see you again. Bye-bye for now.